Get ready for one of the greatest Mexican sandwiches you've never heard of. Today we make the little known Pambazo.
Pambazo.
Pambazo. Pambazo. Everybody say it with me. Pambazo. I meant them, not you. God. Everybody say it with me. Pambazo.
Oh, sorry, you didn't want us to do
Such a fool. This is not just unique and hugely flavorful, but interesting because we're making a Guajillo chili salsa that our bread, before being stuffed, will be dipped into and then fried on the flat top. Add a little crisp, little texture, burn in some of that Guajillo chili, deliciousness. Now there's different fillings. Ours will be with puerco chorizo, pork chorizo, and I went to Northgate Market here in San Diego, a huge Mexican market, to get this for Max. Well, for us, because Max doesn't like the stuff that comes from a Western supermarket that has lymph nodes in it. Ours will not just be pork chorizo, but it will be potatoes too, papas. Papas y chorizo in this. So we make this, we're making the previously aforementioned Guajillo salsa. We're also making our own salsa verde to go on top of this. And there's cheese involved and lettuce and straight effing deliciousness. We got to get going. We'll begin with the Guajillo salsa, then the tomatillo, then the salsa verde. Just pay attention. There you go, dried guajillos. You can hear seeds inside. We don't want the stems. We don't really want the seeds. Some are okay. So just open up like a half a dozen of these, knock out the seeds, and we'll continue. You have to be tenacious. Again, some seeds fine, too many not fine. Now I'll just rough chop these guys a little bit more, right into our blender beside me. So in they go, just cut them up a bit more. And now we'll dump boiling water on top of them, just to cover. Beautiful. Lid on, leave that for 15 minutes. In the meantime, we'll crack on with our salsa verde. First up, tomatillos. They look like tomatoes, they're actually not. They come like this, with a little husk on them. I think they're the tomato family, but they're not really tomatoes. And if you bit one, it would be kind of bitter. You pull the husk off, and what you're left with is this beautiful little guy, but it's sticky. So you need to rinse them to get the sticky grossness off. So I'll finish peeling these guys, and then run them under cold water, agitating them, and the stick comes off. So we will now take these tomatillos, drop them into boiling water. Don't let it splash on you because that'll hurt. We're also going to add one jalapeno and one serrano, and these will stay in here for 10-12 minutes until they're nicely softened, at which point we will carry on with blending them. And while that's happening, let's move on to our chorizo. Oh, don't fall out. This is about a pound of pork chorizo. There's beef chorizo, there's soy chorizo, and there's pork, and we're a fan of the pork. So watch, we're just gonna do this. Just cut these little guys open, and that beautifully flavored inside will come out. We'll squeeze all of them, get out what we need, and then go to the pan with them. And we go like this. A little bit of oil and our chorizo. And the thing that makes chorizo so fantastic are the spices. The paprika, the garlic, the chili. It's all great. And gives it this lovely red color. So this we're cooking, this is maybe 5-7 minutes. Break it up. Oh, the smell already. It's one of the reasons you use chorizo. Imagine how good this is gonna be mixed with potato that's yet to come. On this torta with the sauce. Chorizo's done, take it off, set it to the side for now, but we'll continue with our salsa verde. Okay, so the tomatillos are great. Look at them, they're all completely squished out. These will go straight into our blender, like this. And then these peppers, the serrano and the jalapeno are lovely, but I don't want them with stems. And seeds are okay, so I'm gonna put the whole jalapeno in. I'll put half the serrano in. It's hot AF. These guys in, along with about 1/4 of an onion, 2½ cloves of garlic, a good pinch of salt and pepper, and a little bit of the water that it was soaking in, and we blend. We stop and add 2 things. One will be some cilantro, and the other juice of about half a lime. Mix again. We can look and we can taste. It's spicy, but when it gets into all the other stuff, it's gonna be great. You want this in your fridge at all times for everything. So I want this to cool, but now we can get the potatoes going and then the guajillo salsa, and then we're close. Potatoes, knife, peeler. You know how this is gonna go down. Think of this as like we're making a, sort of like a breakfast hash with chorizo and potatoes. So that's about the size you're gonna want your potatoes, like a small dice. Now we cut. I'd like to square the guy up a bit. So we'll go like this, and then this way. We'll put them in the boiling water beside me because I don't want them to start going brown. And by the way, this is the same water that I used for the tomatillos. No reason to waste it, it's only flavor. Ah, shit, in they go. And in about 10 minutes, when they're soft and pliable, out they come and they get added to the chorizo. Almost ready for the guajillo salsa, but we do this first. This is a little onion that I'm gonna soften in the pan. The goal is just to soften a little bit. I don't really need much color. It's just gonna help bring out a little more interesting flavor. So after 3-4 minutes, when it's like this, we'll add a couple cloves of chopped up garlic, roughly chopped that is, tiny bit more oil. We let this become super fragrant. And you know, that's only 30 seconds or so. That smells insane. And now we'll add this to the guajillos that have softened. So we'll add it to here, salt and pepper, and we'll give this a little whiz. Let's see what we got. Oh boy, this. So this is what we're gonna dip our bun in before it goes on the flat top. And the flavor of this will impact everything. Oh boy. The guajillos are not particularly spicy. So don't look at the red color and go, holy shit, Sam, that's gonna kill me. It's not. What it's gonna do, it's gonna put a layer of flavor that you cannot wrap your head around until you have a bite of it. Now, here's where we're at. Salsa Verde is done. The guajillo salsa is done. The chorizo's done. The potatoes are almost there, and when they are, they go into the chorizo, and then we're flat topping, we're cooking, we're eating, and we're going home. I'm staying here. You guys are going, you're at home. Those guys are going home. Chorizo, done, and looking fantastic, I might add. Now it's time for our potatoes, which also are done. So with the help of our little spider here, we'll let the liquid drain off, mostly, and in they'll go. And you know, potatoes are like sponges. They take on the flavor of pretty much anything that you even show them a picture of. So what's gonna happen here is gonna be fantastic. Wow, how many planes do we have up there right now? There's like a biplane, there's a jet, a helicopter, and now this part. Oh, that color, look it. I've been waiting for this. I've been dreaming about this moment, that the potatoes took on the color from the chorizo. What we haven't done is season the chorizo at all. Yes, it has all those amazing spices in it, but it will never hurt giving it just a little salt and pepper. Remember, the potatoes don't have any seasoning, and they will benefit. So a little bit of our SPG, BFF. Oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's push this to the side and have some fun, shall we? Here is our guajillo salsa. Here's our little guajillo bun. I've sliced it. We're gonna go like this. It's the outsides that we want to have this salsa. And then we'll pick it up, looking beautiful, and go straight on the flat top. And here's where my giant spatula friend comes in, because I want it to burn in a little bit. Lordy, lordy. And when it looks like this, that's what you want. This burned edges. That's it. Another 30 seconds and then we go for it. Ah, screw it. Let's go for it now. And here we go. Bun down. Bottom, top. First thing in will be some of our potato, chorizo, and potato. Oh, shit, 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 shit. Now, some cool lettuce. If you're a fan of red onion, like I am, you might want to put some. You could use white onion. I think a little oniony bite is really good here. Two things left. The first is a little of our salsa verde. Oh, damn it. And finally, a little crumble of cotija cheese. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your flaming red Pambazo. And don't forget, we made not one, but two of these sauces. There's really nothing more that we could have done. I could have grown my own chorizo, I suppose, but...
You can't grow chorizo.
I can grow chorizo, buddy. Don't you worry about what I can do. All right, this bite's gonna be fabuloso. And by the way, the suggestion for this came all the way from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Micah is Max's brother-in-law. Remember Jilly? It's her brother. Oh, God. You should just end. F U C K